What if the very first thing you do each morning, the one habit you believe is pure and healthy, is quietly working against you after 70? Most people over 65 wake up and reach for a glass of water feeling proud. Hydration equals health. That's what we've been told for decades. Doctors say drink more water. Magazines say flush your system. Friends repeat it like gospel. But here's the part no one talks about. In seniors over 70, the rules change. Your kidneys change. Your hormones change. Your sense of thirst changes. And the way your body handles water at 75 is not the same as it was at 35. Something subtle begins decades earlier. It builds quietly, and by the time you see the effects, the damage may already be done. If you're over 60, stay with me, because the mistake isn't drinking water. It's how and when you're drinking it. Let's rewind. In early adulthood, your body is a hydration machine. Your kidneys filter about 120 to 150 quarts of blood daily. Hormones like vasopressin tightly regulate fluid balance. When you're thirsty, you drink. When you drink too much, your body corrects it quickly. This system is efficient in your 20s and 30s. You can chug a bottle of water and feel fine. Your sodium levels stay stable. Your blood pressure adjusts, no problem. But here's what research from the National Institute on Aging shows. Kidney filtration rate begins declining as early as your 40s. It's gradual, almost invisible. You won't feel it. According to U.S. data from Haynes, by age 70, nearly 40% of adults have some degree of reduced kidney function. Now think about that. You are still following advice created for a 35-year-old body. In your 40s, thirst perception starts to dull. Studies show older adults are less sensitive to dehydration signals. That means you may not feel thirsty even when you are. But here's the twist. You're also less efficient at clearing excess water. So, you become more vulnerable to both dehydration and overhydration. And that's where mistake number 1 begins. Mistake number 1. Drinking large amounts of water immediately upon waking. You've heard the advice. Drink a full 16 to 24 ounces right away. Flush toxins. Jumpstart metabolism. But after 70, your body has just spent 6 to 8 hours redistributing fluids. Blood pressure is already in a delicate morning transition. For many seniors, especially those on blood pressure medication or diuretics, a rapid influx of water can dilute sodium levels quickly. Hyponatremia, low sodium, is not rare in older adults. According to U.S. hospital data, seniors are the most affected group. Mild cases cause confusion. Moderate cases increase fall risk. Severe cases can be life-threatening. The breaking point is often subtle, a morning of dizziness. A small stumble in the bathroom, a fall. Falls are the leading cause of injury deaths in adults over 65 in the United States, according to the CDC. Now pause. Is water the enemy? No, the speed and volume are the issue. Mistake number 2. Ignoring medications when timing your water. More than 80% of adults over 70 take at least 1 prescription medication daily. Many take 5 or more. Diuretics, blood pressure drugs, heart medications, and antidepressants all influence fluid balance. If you take a diuretic and then flood your system with water, you may create a rapid cycle of fluid shifts. That can trigger lightheadedness, urgent bathroom trips, and electrolyte imbalance. The fallout isn't just physical. Increased falls lead to hospitalizations. Hospitalizations lead to medical bills. The CDC estimates that fall injuries cost Americans over $50 billion annually. And it often starts with something small, a glass of water. Mistake number 3. Drinking water without electrolytes after 70. In your 20s, plain water works beautifully. In your 70s, your body sometimes needs balance more than volume. As kidney function declines and hormone regulation shifts, sodium balance becomes more fragile. Research in geriatric medicine shows that older adults are at higher risk of dilutional hyponatremia, especially when consuming large volumes of plain water. You don't need sports drinks loaded with sugar. But ignoring electrolytes entirely can backfire. Here's where many seniors make the wrong correction. They hear about dehydration risks, so they drink even more plain water. They double down. That leads to mistake number 4, using outdated hydration rules. The old 8 glasses a day guideline was never personalized. It didn't account for body weight, kidney health, medications, or climate, yet millions of seniors follow it rigidly. NHANES data shows that both dehydration and overhydration markers are present in older adults across the country. It's not just one extreme, it's both, and here's the shift after 70 that most people ignore. Your body water percentage drops, muscle mass declines, muscle holds water. When muscle shrinks, your hydration reservoir shrinks too. So the same intake affects you differently. The breaking point becomes visible when symptoms appear. Swelling in the legs, frequent nighttime urination, brain fog in the morning, blood sodium slightly off in lab results. Doctors may adjust medications without addressing the hydration pattern underneath. Then comes mistake number 5, drinking all your water early and very little later. Many seniors load up in the morning to avoid nighttime bathroom trips. It makes sense on the surface. But concentrating fluid intake in one short window stresses the system. It's not about more, it's about distribution. The failed fixes often look like this: cutting water drastically because of frequent urination, or blindly increasing water because of dry mouth without reviewing medications, or relying on coffee and tea and assuming they count the same, even when caffeine increases fluid loss in sensitive individuals. So, what do you do instead? First, slow down your morning intake. Instead of chugging 20 ounces at once, sip 4 to 8 ounces over 20 to 30 minutes. Let your body adjust gradually. Second, coordinate hydration with medications. If you're on diuretics or blood pressure medication, talk to your doctor about timing. Small adjustments can reduce dizziness and fall risk dramatically. Third, spread your water across the day. Smaller amounts every few hours maintain balance better than one large surge. And if your labs have ever shown low sodium, ask your physician whether you need modest electrolyte support. Here's the clear warning: if you ever feel confusion, unusual fatigue, persistent dizziness, or sudden swelling after increasing water intake, do not ignore it. In seniors, these can be signs of electrolyte imbalance. Early action prevents serious consequences. And here's the thought I want you to sit with. What if the healthiest habits at 40 become risky at 75 unless they evolve? Aging well is not about doing more, it's about adjusting wisely. If this made you rethink your morning routine, press like so more seniors see this. Share it with someone over 70 who prides themselves on doing everything right, and tell me in the comments how much water you drink before 9 a.m. I read everyone. In the next video, we're going to look at another daily ritual that seems harmless, but changes dramatically after 70. If you want that deep dive, subscribe now and join this community. Your next decade depends on what you learn today.